gente, what's up guys? Today's video is going to be a battle of the concealers. I'm going to be putting side by side the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape. Nars I've used before, and as far as Shape Tape, can you believe it's going to be the very first time that I'm going to be testing it out? I'm going to be applying Tarte Shape Tape on the right side, the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer on the left side, and then I'm going to be doing check-ins. Hopefully by the end of the day I'm going to be able to let you guys know what I think, which of these lived up to its claims better. But before we begin, please make sure you're subscribed. I'm here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Alright, so let's do a quick fact and claim comparison between these. Nars is $30 US, Tarte is 27. So yes, at a first glance Nars would be more expensive, but listen to this. If you live in the US, this may be a little bit different for you because there is free shipping on orders over $25 US on the Nars site. This one is 30, you have free shipping. If you're an international shopper like me, the picture changes a little bit. Tarte has international shipping, which is something that Nars does not offer, and I really appreciate that. Tarte, thank you so much for thinking of us international shoppers. And they do offer free shipping, but the minimum order is $40 US. Both offer a total of 30 different shades. Personally, I got the Nars one in the shade Custard and this one in Fair. Both of these are award-winning concealers, but Tarte's has been named America's #1 concealer company. The Nars one claims to be medium coverage, whereas Tarte claims to be full coverage, but Nars one says it is buildable, so Nars claims to be long-lasting and Tarte does not make any claims on that department, but that is going to be put to the test in today's video. Shape Tape says it has a matte finish, and Nars says that this one has a radiant finish. Tarte promises a very easy to blend formula. Nars doesn't make any promises when it comes to blendability. Tarte contains shea butter and mango in their formulation, and the Nars one doesn't really go deep into the ingredients but claims to be very hydrating and to have skincare benefits. Tarte promises to illuminate the skin, and Nars says it has light diffusing technology. Nars also promises to diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and to smooth out the under eye area, and Tarte claims to have a lifted effect. Both concealers are formulated without parabens. Shape Tape is gluten-free, and having celiac disease myself, I do appreciate that very much, whereas Nars doesn't claim to be gluten-free. Shape Tape does not contain mineral oil. Nars does not mention anything. It does say that it does not contain alcohol or fragrance, which are two great things to stay away from. So that's kind of the overview. I have absolutely no concealer on. Applying, like I said, Nars on the left side and Tarte on the right side. So let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Alright, let's start with the Nars. When it comes to concealer, I've learned the hard way that less is more, so I'm just going to dot a couple of, well, 3 actually. Just blend that out in a triangular shape on the under eye, and that's usually enough. I'm gonna build a little bit of coverage because Shape Tape claims to be full coverage. This one says it is medium but buildable, so I want to do that because I feel it's more fair when it comes to this comparison. And you can instantly see how it kind of highlights the inner corner, gives me more refreshed looks. It highlights the center of my face and really cancels out any redness. So before this creases, I'm going to be setting it with my Hourglass ambient powder. This one is in diffused light, and it also has a bit of a yellow undertone. You only need the tiniest amount of powder, and of course I'm going to be using the exact same powder for both sides. On the Nars one, you're getting 0.22 ounces of product. On the Shape Tape, you get 0.33. So let's see what all the fuzz is about with Shape Tape. The doe foot applicator is just massive in comparison to the Nars one. All right, let's go in. I actually really like this applicator. yeah, be mindful because the applicator of the Shape Tape is massive. Even if you think you're putting on little concealer, look at that, guys. All you need is like maybe half a dot and you're done. Very high coverage. This is crazy. I've never tried a concealer like this before. I did apply a couple of layers here, so the difference is just huge. Hola, ma.
Hola.
¿Cómo andas, ma?
Hola, mi amor.
I'm gonna set it with the exact same powder, just a little bit. Both sides are now set. Shape Tape on the right and the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer on the left. Definitely, if you love high coverage concealers, Shape Tape is going to be your friend. For over 30 skin, the Nars side looks a lot more forgiving on fine lines, and I feel like the Shape Tape is definitely exacerbating the lines. It does feel a little bit more drying. That said, if you're in your 20s and you have oily skin and you have no fine lines, by all means this may be the concealer for you. If you like more of a radiant finish, more of a setting finish, I would say, without it being too dewy, then the Nars one is for you. I will be checking in with you guys in a bit. Finished filming another video and then I had lunch. Now I'm having mate. Have you ever tried mate? It's like a green tea. I love it. I wanted to come close to this window. This is my bedroom window, and I wanted to use this beautiful lighting to show you guys how this looks. Both of them are emphasizing my fine lines. At this point in my life, I really prioritize that my makeup does not age me. So I'm kind of not very happy at this point. I don't know if I'm gonna change my mind because I can only see these going south from now. Alright, I hope you guys don't mind the AC sound, but outside it's like 40 degrees Celsius, guys. I am melting. I think I would faint with the studio lights and without the AC. But anyways, I had to change because I spilled something on my blue dress and we're going out and I really need to touch up a little bit, but don't worry, I am not going to be reapplying or touching anything of my concealer. Frankly, the fact that my skin has started to produce some oils somehow is benefiting the concealers. These two must be amazing concealers for someone with oily skin or with no wrinkles. The Shape Tape side is a little bit less forgiving than the Nars one, and I used to criticize the Nars one a lot for being a little bit drying and not so flattering for my fine lines, and now Shape Tape is even worse. But that doesn't mean that it is a bad concealer at all. It's just me, you know, it's my skin type and my age and my personal needs that are a little bit conflicting. But anyways, I'm going to be applying a little bit more blush. This one by Tarte. This is Party. I love this one. And yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that this is going to be the final checking for today. I have 2 or 3 more Nars Radiant Creamy Concealers to run out of, and I definitely have all this Tarte Shape Tape to use, and I'm not the type of person who wastes money, and I'm very used to some products and foundations being too drying for me, and the way around that is certainly always adding a little bit of oil. Generally I use the Josie Maran Argan oil, just a little bit on the brush, mix things up, apply, and that may do the trick for someone with my skin type. So yeah, that's definitely the plan for tomorrow. I feel that may do the trick. Sephora lip gloss in a similar shade to my blush. I'm gonna set everything one more time. I'm now looking at my notes and the claims for each one. Definitely agree with medium coverage for Nars and full coverage for Shape Tape. So if you really need full coverage, Shape Tape is a way to go. If full coverage is way too much for you, Nars. Long lasting. I feel like both more or less are performing the same, and it's been quite a few hours now, but somehow on me, the Nars one has been looking a lot better because of my skin type since the beginning. And now with the old production, definitely matte finish, radiant finish, couldn't agree more. So the Nars one, I agree 100%. It is more hydrating than the Shape Tape. I do see the light diffusing technology on the Nars side. I feel like it kind of blurs out pores, imperfections, and texture on my under eyes better than the Shape Tape. But the Shape Tape, it's doing a better job highlighting these area right here that I have sunk in. It could be that the Tarte Shape Tape is a little bit more illuminating. The lifted effect, I do see it more on the Shape Tape. So these are just my initial first impressions on the Shape Tape, but I know for a fact I will be using both of them. They are two good concealers, but if you guys have very complicated skin like I do, one that I can just kind of slap in the face and hit the door because I know it's going to work, is this one by IT Cosmetics. It is the Bye Bye Under Eye. I use it in the shade medium and it is very hydrating, kind of sticky, and kind of looks better from the get-go. So good for us girls over 30. These are two very good and solid concealers. Just keep in mind the few things that I mentioned before in order to make the right purchase decision for you. So that's it for today, guys. These two have bottled during 8 hours and those were my final thoughts. If this helped you in some way, please give it a thumbs up so that others can discover it as well. Thank you so much for watching and for all your support. Come back Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm gonna be here and I will talk to you all again on my next one.